Yo, 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 yo. What up, everybody? This is.
TaijhTV.
Welcome. Welcome. This episode, I am going to talk about the man on the screen, Don Lemon, sued for sexual assault. You should have heard him talking greasy on Bill Cosby, R. Kelly. What are they going to do about him now? He's not the only CNN personality that's being charged, or not really charged, but accused of some type of sexual predator behavior. His the guy who he follows him, Cuomo, is also being accused, but we're not worried about Cuomo. It's shine time on Don Lemon. I don't really care too much about greasy ass Don, but we're gonna go in on Don. Also, Jada Pinkett-Smith back trending. Daz Dillinger from the Dog Pound accusing her as a grown ass woman having sex with a 14, 15-year-old kid. The dude from Crisscross. So we'll talk about that. There's a lot of dumb shit on the table today. I am going to talk about the default Janet Yellen, what she had to say over this week. I'm going to talk about Jamie Dimon from JP Morgan and what they're doing for this week. And then I'm also go in on Dog the Bounty Hunter because this is some fucking foolery that we're dealing with that bullshit. And Kelly Price. I have an interesting take on her. But before we start, we are going to play a song. We're going to play a song. This is Fuelo wins today. Fuelo wins today. Let's go. Looking good with the. Hey, yo, live. Could y'all hear that music? Y'all couldn't hear that music? Are you fucking kidding me? I'm telling you, ever since I've been getting on this goddamn government conspiracy shit, some weird shit has been happening with my show. I'll go back to it. Fuelo, I'll go back to Wins today because I actually fucking love this song. What the fuck? I don't know. Oh, by the way, today I had a fucking weird encounter. Now I go to Dutch Bros like fucking every Saturday before the show. I need that pick me up. And I always tip. I'm tipping like 20 fucking percent every time. I see a fucking new chick, she's getting our orders and shit. She takes my card. It came out to 10 something. She takes my card, pulls it out. Have a good day. I said, "Did you take out for a tip?" She says, "No, you're good." I said, "Are you sure?" She says, "You're good." Like I didn't have the money for it or something. Fuck that bitch. I wanted to say that. Fuck that bitch. Made me upset. I've been battling migraines for the last 2 fucking days, and I had to deal with this fucking bitch who didn't want to tip. Anyway, Don Lemon sued for sexually assaulting a man at a New York City bar. This isn't, I don't think this is the first complaint he's had. Anyhow, according to a report from USA Today, famed news anchor Don Lemon is being sued for allegedly sexually assaulting a bartender in a New York City bar. And if you don't know, Don Lemon is hella gay, extremely gay. Came out about 4 or 5 years ago on CNN. We'll pick back up to that. Dustin Heiss, the alleged victim. Weird that they're saying the victim's name. Usually when it's a victim, they don't say the name. Usually when there's a victim, they don't say the name. But this is weird. It's awkward. The alleged victim and former bartender at Murph's Backstreet Tavern in Sag Harbor is suing Lemon for demeaning, unprovoked, and offensive assaults. A CNN spokesperson says that Lemon denies these claims. The plaintiff in the lawsuit has previously displayed a pattern of contempt for CNN on his social media accounts. A statement said Tuesday this claim follows his unsuccessful threats and demands for money. The suit claims that Heiss met Lemon at the bar and offered to buy him a drink, which the news anchor refused. The lawsuit claims that later that night, Lemon sexually assaulted Heiss. That's it. That's all it has there. To me, that's fugazi. When it was Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, they had something to say. They had a lot to say. You see, they pick and choose. They pick and choose who they're going to fucking convict by opinion of the citizens. They pick and choose. Harvey Weinstein has another goddamn case in L.A. No one knows nothing about it. No one knows shit about it. What's happening with it? No one knows how he's living in prison. With Bill Cosby, you were kept up to date about everything. Oh, he fell in the shower. Oh, he needed help doing this. Oh, he's going blind. You knew about Bill Cosby. What's going on with Harvey Weinstein? I'm not even going to mention Kevin Spacey. Not even going to mention because all his goddamn alleged victims end up dead or paid off. I'm just not going to mention him. But when it comes to the gay man, especially the gay black man, there's hardly anything to say when they're accused of crimes. And this also goes to the woman. The black woman, the white woman, it don't matter. The woman, whenever they're accused of a crime, it's hardly talked about. Now I'm going to play on the screen Daz Dillinger from the Dog Pound accusing Jada Pinkett of entanglements with a child at the ripe age of 22. But I want you guys just to think to yourself, why? Why aren't they being put on blast? Why isn't it shine time in the media on these characters? That's the agenda. That's the fucking agenda that we're talking about. This is what has so many Americans fucking pissed off. Rocio on the check-in. What up? I'm going to listen to your today, okay? What up, Rocio? I'll give you a hand clap for that. What up now? On the screen, I am going to put Daz Dillinger snitching. And he's snitching. I don't give a fuck what no one says. This is snitching, but fuck it. I'm going to put on the screen what he has to say, and we'll move forward.
Good friends with Chris Kelly and Chris Ross and Smith.
Yeah, that's our little homies. That was our homies right there. You know what I'm saying? We kicked it with them all the time. Wow. That was the first dude I seen. You think Jada Pinkett was entangling? She was entangling with Chris Kelly from Mother Criss Cross, because Criss Cross was in the room and he was like, Jada Pinkett is at the door, but don't leave. Take this weed. Chill. We like, damn, this mother gave us an ounce of weed. We're going to kick it right here. Then he came back in. He said, yeah, that was Jada Pinkett. I'm like, damn, this Jada Pinkett at a young age.
Wow, Chris Kelly was that?
1993, around that way.
Wow.
You know, yes, she was entangling me. Shout out to Jada.
What?
Shout out to Jada. Oh, he's snitching. Dad's high on weed, as you can tell. Probably a little drunk, probably a little tipsy. Talking too much. I want to know really why doesn't this pick up steam? Do the masses, not just the blacks, not just the whites, the masses, do they think black men are liars? Do they? Not black gay man, black straight man. Do they think we're liars? Because whenever a woman came out about Tiger Woods, we automatically believed her. A woman came out about R. Kelly, we automatically believed her. Bill Cosby, the same. Why with Daz, because he's a rapper, gangster rapper at that, why with him do we not believe him? It makes me wonder what the agenda truly is. It makes me wonder. Now, I've already told you that I believe the black male is the most disrespected species on this fucking planet. But when someone lays down things like this, of this nature, and the whole Me Too movement, the whole My Body, My Choice, whatever movement that's popping out there in Hollywood, whenever this is brought to the attention of the masses, why is this not being investigated? Within a week, they investigated the ones I said earlier, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly. But just because it's a gay male and a woman, it doesn't get looked at. That's the goddamn agenda I'm talking about. This is why, as normal Americans, we don't believe the media. This is part of it. This is parts of it. I'm going to tell you right now, I think cuffs should be put on both those motherfuckers. Don Lemon and goddamn Jada Pinkett. Put cuffs on them. Make them sweat in the interrogation room. I want to hear stories on how they were treated in the big house. I want to hear stories on how Jada Pinkett became a lesbian in the big house. I want to hear stories of Don Lemon running the big house because he's swinging derriere from tier to tier. I want to hear it all. That's what I'm saying. We had to hear the bullshit with R. Kelly getting stabbed by some crazy Mexican. And we have to hear about Bill Cosby falling in showers and shit. No, I want to hear how Jada turned lesbian in prison. That's what I want to hear. I'm with the dumb shit. Now we're going to get to Dog the Bounty Hunter. I'm going to save Janet Yellen for last. Most people don't want to hear that shit, but I like talking about it, so I'm going to save it for last. But on the screen, I'm going to put Dog the Bounty Hunter and what he has to say about him fighting crime. Now, keep in mind that Dog the Bounty Hunter, I guess, was granted privilege for some black person in Florida to say nigga. Remember that? Remember, Dog the Bounty Hunter himself is a felon. Remember this. They can't fucking carry guns. They're felons. But here he is trying to track down this Brian guy who killed that Gabby chick, allegedly. Even though I think this guy's probably terrified for his life right now. He's probably terrified. He has the world wanting him dead. He's probably terrified if he's alive right now. I'm willing to bet that this guy's dead. I'm willing to bet that this Brian guy's dead. That's why they can't find him. His carcass was eaten. His carcass was eaten by a croc while he was in the swamps hiding. Yeah, I took it there. We're going to put on the screen Dog the Bounty Hunter with his foolery of really searching for this Brian Landry guy. Laundry, whatever the fuck, however you pronounce his name.
I was seen at Brian Laundrie's home this federal agents key to track down leads to try to find him.
It's now been almost 2 weeks since Gabby Petito's fiance was reported missing by his family. Fox 5's Austin Westfall is live outside the Laundrie family home in Northport, Florida, with the latest on the FBI search. Austin, what are you hearing so far?
The FBI is still mostly being quiet about their search today, but they did visit the Laundrie family home for about a half hour earlier this afternoon. At one point, they even scoped out their camper behind me. 2 FBI agents arrived at the Laundrie family home shortly after 1 o'clock this afternoon. The Laundries let the agents in, one agent carrying a brown paper bag. The FBI looked through the camper parked in the driveway and left after about a half hour, ignoring questions from reporters. The Laundrie's lawyer telling Fox that the FBI was at the home to collect personal items belonging to Brian in order to assist canines in their search. Before the visit, the Laundrie parents were seen leaving the home this morning and returning with water, also ignoring questions from reporters.
Make a line about 3 feet apart.
The FBI isn't the only one on the hunt for Brian. Fox followed Dog the Bounty Hunter Wednesday as he and a private team of search crews and canines combed through small islands in Tampa Bay near Fort DeSoto Park, where the Laundries are confirmed to have camped earlier in September.
We've got a bunch of volunteers out here. Most of them are former law enforcement or former Navy SEALs and Marines.
Dog believes at one point Brian went to a small island called Egmont Key, possibly in a kayak, and spent the night. Although he says nothing conclusive was found yet.
These dogs are trained to track scent, the adrenaline of a human, not like a sock.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The United States of America has turned into a big fucking joke. The world probably watches us with fucking pure disgust. A nation full of cowboys. A nation full of fucking cowboys. Soon, Dog the Bounty Hunter is going to be chasing down those Alcatraz guys who escaped 70 fucking years ago. This is a fucking joke. My fucking tax dollars that pays these law enforcement agencies are allowing a felon with no fucking background in this. I don't give a fuck if he's chasing down people who violated their bail. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I don't give a fuck that he's in Hawaii chasing down all those Hawaiians. This is the real deal shit. And we got this felon on the case who's not trained to track down this motherfucker, but he's on the case. This is where America is at. We have a fucking reality TV star on the fucking case. Boats, helicopters, everything. And then we have the news. Instead of the news telling you that we're goddamn defaulting on our loans, we're not going to be able to pay our fucking bills as a nation for the first time ever. Instead of the news telling us this, they're telling us about Dog the fucking Bounty Hunter is on the case. Oh, God bless America. God bless America. This is what we wanted. We wanted Dog the fucking Bounty Hunter. This is a goddamn shame. You know what? I'm going to go search in my backyard. Hopefully Fox 10 comes and sees me. Maybe. You know what? I've already said, I think this guy's dead. He's in the belly of a gator. When he was hiding in the swamps initially, a gator fucking swamped his ass up. I want my award, damn it. I want my fucking award. Next off, we're going to talk about R&B singer Kelly Price. Mo money, mo problems. She went missing, according to her sister, her family. They didn't know her whereabouts for weeks, and it was unlike her crying crocodile tears themselves. But she breaks her silence. Now it's a 4-minute video. And she talks about having COVID-19. I'm gonna play a little bit of it. I'm gonna put it on the screen, and I'm gonna let you see Kelly Price tell you that her family's a whole bunch of bullshitters before I go in on them. Because it seems like that they're pieces of shit. That's what it seems like. Seems like they thought she was... Let me stop. I'm gonna have her talk first, and then I'll catch back in.
They lost me. I woke up a couple of days later, and the first thing I remember is the team of doctors standing around me and asking me if I knew what year it was.
Wait, when you say they lost you, can you clarify what that means?
Yeah, I died. And the next thing, it was some days later. I remember waking up in ICU and the doctor asking me if I remembered what year it was. I'm sorry, not what day, if I knew what year it was. Going into the hospital, I'd actually had COVID for over a week, but my conditions were progressing in the wrong direction from home. And we're jumping all the way in. So I had it. My husband did not have it. He was taking care of me at home, speaking with my primary care physician, giving me breathing treatments, giving me my medicine every 4 hours. He was in constant communication with her. And eventually he ended up testing positive within a week after I got it and just prior to me going into the hospital. She could see, she was seeing me every day on FaceTime and walking him through administering meds. And when it got to a point, my temperature had raised right to about 103 and my breathing was extremely shallow. And so he called the ambulance. And so I had to go to the hospital. Well, I was discharged. The hospital needed beds. I was able to go home and go home with oxygen, and go home with oxygen and have home health aides come check on me throughout the week, which is what happened for a period of 4 weeks after being released from the hospital. So people were definitely seeing me. The people that could actually say something are not allowed to because of HIPAA law. But I was being seen several times a week by home health aides after being released on oxygen. And I actually just got my first clean COVID test probably exactly a week ago. So I have what is called long COVID. And I am facing a very uphill battle right now. So I'm gonna cry. I have a lot of rehabbing to do. I suffered a lot of internal damage. And so I have a lot of rehabbing to do before I am able to be what I like to call concert ready again. And following the year I've had losing so many people, I had just lost my grandmother before I was diagnosed. And I feel like the only way I can focus on me is to actually focus on me. There were people, I don't know how, fans or whoever they were, coming to my house, people ringing the bell, leaving things at my doorstep, disturbing my neighbors all times of the day and night. I've had that happen. It got to the point, and this wasn't months ago, I literally just left my house maybe a week ago because I couldn't rest there. My doorbell was being rung all hours of the day and night. I turned off everything. I wasn't on social media. It hasn't been 2 months since I've seen my sister. It's been a year. I haven't been in the same room with her since my mother's funeral.
Now the sister's crying wolf. The sister's saying, "Oh, we haven't heard from her. Oh, it's unlike her." Well, you just heard it out of the horse's mouth itself. She doesn't fuck with her sister. It's simple. She was on her fucking deathbed and the family wasn't getting shit. It's simple. This is how family members get when people are rich. They're greedy. They're users. I just want to use you. I'm going to use you until you have nothing. And then I'm going to blame you when I have nothing after using you. This is how it is. Thank God that Kelly Price understands that. Thank God. And thank God she has a great husband who fucking sacrificed his life to take care of her. But the simple fucking point of this is the family is shiesty as fuck, and they were trying to get an inheritance. They were trying to get money in case she died. Isn't that sad? That's what those tears she was crying, that's what that was about. She has to live with that reality that she's a fucking bank to people. People that she grew up with. People that she loves. She's a fucking bank to these people. That's it. You know, she talks about people leaving things on her door, ringing her doorbell, yada, yada, yada. She knows damn well that was her family. This is how much she still loves her family. She won't call them out on that. But I thought it was beautiful that she says, I haven't spoke to my sister for a year. Without throwing her under the bus, you threw her under the bus. Classic. Classic, classic, classic. I loved it. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. This is where we're at in 2021. All right, now we're going to get to... before we get to that, I am going to play that song. I had a text message. Someone was saying, hey, I can't hear it. I can't hear the music. So I'm going to put it actually on the screen. This is Fuelo, Wins Today. It's a dope song. I fucking love it. Really, I really do. And I think this guy is fucking amazing. And I think a lot of people need to fucking get on the Fuelo train. Oh my goodness. So on the screen is going to be Fuelo, Wins Today. Let's go.
Mark, Going hard for my wins today. Feeling good, looking good. What's the business, baby? Going hard for my wins today. Feeling good, looking good. What's the business, baby? Going hard for my wins today. Feeling good, looking good. What's the business, baby? Going hard for my wins today. Feel good, look good. Low music, photo cruising. Ain't no question about my niggas, we go loco stupid. NWA, bro so ruthless. Drop the top, laid back so the hoes know who this. Long hair, around my shoulders delay. She mind her business, do her thing, then she know she can stay. Hit the spot, teed up with the homies today. Ambition League, top runner, bitch the ownership way. Look, if I don't do nothing, I'm a ball. In the meeting, taking calls, what's the word? I want it all. Still in charge, and my motherfucking word is my balls. And my option is to win it, so I'm out here going hard. On God, I let it talk my shit, but stick to the script. Qualo man, head honcho, gotta get to the grip. My plan is legit, my operation winning these chips. Championship, feeling, tell me why would I quit? Going hard for my wins today. Feeling good, looking good, what's the business, baby? Going hard for my wins today. Feeling good, looking good, what's the business, baby? Going hard for my wins today. Feeling good, looking good, what's the business, baby? Going hard for my wins today. Feel good, look good.
Going hard for my wins like a champ. My girl want me to slow down, but I can't. Niggas still at war, so I still gotta vest up. Going hard till the day that I rest up. Still like European fast shit. Treat the block like a drag strip. Nigga, I got big goals and I got a big mind. You was really thinking small, I'm still thinking big time. I'm still thinking deposits, commas, balance, checks. Major name in the city, bigger in the set. Winning, feel like I'm running out of time. Obsessed with the grind, niggas can't block my shine. On G-O-D, I'm G-double-O-D. Now that I'm winning, think it's time for me to O-D. Hear niggas talking, but these niggas gotta show me. BG, the young OG.
Going hard for my wins today. Feeling good, looking good, what's the business, baby? Going hard for my wins today. Feeling good, looking good, what's the business, baby? Going hard for my wins today. Feeling good, looking good, what's the business, baby? Going hard for my wins today. Feel good, look good.
That was Fuelo. I'm going to put on the screen Janet Yellen, the U.S. Treasurer. Very important, a woman that deals with our money. Her and Jerome Powell, the chair of the Federal Reserve, were getting grilled this week. And I didn't see hardly any news outlets promoting this. And they had some vital things to say. This congressman that talks to him or asks them the question, straight direct. How is this going to affect families? Doesn't matter. Democrat, Republican, independent, voter, non-voter, doesn't matter. How is this going to affect them? And the answer she gives is fucking frightening. Scary as fuck. Let me get it on the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. You guys got to stay up on this. You got to stay up on this. This is our future, our present. Some fucking crazy fucking shit. All right, I'm going to play it.
Independent, non-voters, what cost would it cost us?
Well, I think it would be catastrophic for the economy and for individual families.
Catastrophic. Look at the chart on the screen. Those great all-time highs that we've been used to for the last, let's say, 3 years. We're making lower lows. Lower lows, not higher highs. Reality's about to set in, and it's going to be a scary reality. It's going to be very fucking scary for a lot of us. But let them finish.
Nearly 50 million seniors could stop receiving Social Security payments or see them delayed. Our troops would not know when they would get their next paycheck.
Social Security is pretty much over. The troops won't be getting paid. What are they fighting for? If the Constitution doesn't mean shit, what are the troops fighting for? Now, I personally believe the Constitution still has rule over this nation, but there's bigger fish that don't believe that. So what exactly would the soldiers be fighting for? It makes you think, doesn't it? Let's let her finish.
We have 30 million families who rely on the monthly child tax credit, and they would not receive that relief, at least on time. And as we saw in 2011, when the debt ceiling was raised minute and investor and consumer confidence was shaken in the run-up. We saw a marked increase in interest rates, a marked drop in the stock market. And when U.S. interest rates go up and the credit rating of the United States was downgraded, that means higher interest payments for everyone who has a loan, whether it's a small business.
Now understand. Right now, interest rates are at its all-time low. All-time low. People are getting home loans for 2.5% interest rates. She's saying that they're going to have to increase this. They're going to have to increase this. If you're barely getting by now, when this happens, you're going to be fucked. And now they want the same woman, Janet Yellen. They want the IRS to be able to look at your bank accounts when you make transactions over $600. Now, as of now, it's $10,000. But when you pay your rent, your mortgage, you pay your bills, shit is over $600, they're going to be in your business. They're going to be watching what you spend your money on, how you spend your money. They're going to read your habits. They're the mafia. They're the mafia. We're not even talking about the tax for driving your vehicle now that they want to implement. We'll play a couple more minutes of this. Let me play a couple more minutes because this is important shit. The fuck shit you want to hear, I get it, I understand, but this shit right here is very fucking important. This shit is your kids eating. This shit is real, dude. It's real.
A homeowner with a mortgage, a credit card payment, anyone who borrows would see higher interest costs of their debt.
We must raise the debt ceiling for the benefit of the American people. I don't care what party they're from. Let me go to Chairman Powell. Now, the Fed is rightfully focused on controlling inflation while boosting employment with the aim of guiding our economy back to its pre-pandemic normal. And at the European Central Forum, you mentioned that it's urgent for the Fed to resolve the tension between these two policy goals, since taming prices by raising interest rates would weaken our labor market. As the Fed considers its monetary policy, how will you manage the trade-offs between controlling prices and ensuring full employment? And how do you plan to resolve the tension?
He can't. He can't do shit about it. There's nothing Jerome Powell can do. You understand? Like the lady just said, when this happens, interest rates are going to spike. When interest rates spike, unemployment is going to spike. We're used in the last year and a half of getting this free money, even though nothing's free. We're used in this last year and a half of not working, of being as lazy as we can be while China's ramping shit up. We're used to it now. You see, all this goddamn COVID talk, and I don't give a damn. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to say the word. I know a lot of YouTubers do. Oh, the C word. No, fucking COVID. A lot of this COVID talk is getting your mind off of the real big issue. Yeah, COVID's a big issue. Should you get your shot? Should you not get the shot? Who knows? Who gives a fuck at this point in time? Right now, we're talking about your livelihoods, your children's future, their present being destroyed. The debt ceiling for the since 1971, I believe, the debt ceiling has been raised to uncontrollable numbers. Nothing is going to help this but the beginning of the fourth industrial revolution. People don't want to say it now, but the Great Reset is happening. It's happening. Whether you fucking like it or not, it's fucking happening. Everything will be digitalized, tokenized, up for sale at any given point in time. I have a mortgage. My mortgage has transferred from this company to that company to that company to that company. Not because anything I did, just because they sell these contracts. They sell your mortgage loan to the next bank, to the next bank, to the next bank. That's the name of the game. That process probably takes months. Once you digitalize everything and tokenize everything on blockchain, it's going to take seconds. This is where we're headed. I've put it out there before. No one seems to give a fuck. No one seems to want to prepare themselves for what's going to happen. It's going to happen. October 18th is the date. If they don't raise this debt ceiling, we're fucked for a little bit. Get your Vaseline. Get your two fingers like this. Put it around your goddamn asshole and fuck yourself, because that's what's about to happen. What I'm going to put on the screen is Jamie Dimon from JP Morgan. Google JP Morgan and Jamie Dimon. Google both of them. So you know the importance of what he's saying. Jamie Dimon says JP Morgan has begun to prepare for potential U.S. default. What are you doing? Are you preparing? Are you preparing? It's just fucking JP Morgan we're talking about here. So now you see why I'm so confident in saying that this is going to happen. Now you know why I'm so confident in saying that this is going to happen. Jamie Dimon's preparing. Let me put it on the screen for you. It's crazy. It's crazy. No one gives a fuck, huh? I'm telling you, all the dumb shit people hear and this real shit, no one gives a fuck about.
U.S. default.
No one gives a fuck about it. But watch Jamie Dimon talk about the U.S. default and how JP Morgan is preparing for it.
Break down your report for us. What happens if the U.S. defaults?
Yeah, that's right, Anna. It would be, of course, unprecedented. Global investors believe, and with good reason, because from the beginning of the nation, we've been paying our debt on time. They get their principal, they get their interest on time. So they feel like this debt is risk-free. It's the benchmark for the entire world. And if that's shaken, if that confidence is shaken, if they don't get paid on time, even briefly, that means that they're going to demand a much higher interest rate to compensate for that risk. And that that is cataclysmic for the entire financial system. So everything is based on that premise that they're going to get paid back. If they don't, then stock prices decline, mortgage rates rise. It's going to be difficult for businesses to.
Look at that screen. Impact of U.S. default. Moody's Analytics. Wipe out 6 million jobs just like that. Unemployment goes up to about 9%. We know that they're being very light on that number. Very light. For something that's never happened to this country, and for you to say that unemployment's only going to go up 9%, you're very mistaken. I'm going to say it's going to easily hit 20%. 30%. Stock market meltdown. And it will erase $15 trillion in household wealth. 15 trillion fucking dollars from the common man. Let that shit sink in. This isn't a fucking game. This isn't, fuck it. I'm going to play the rest of the video.
To raise the cash that they need to, fund their daily operations. The economy will be shaken at the core. And, I think the situation would be so bad and so clear that lawmakers would then have no choice but to react. But if they didn't, if they, persisted and this lasted for, say, 6 weeks or so, then I think we would lose millions of jobs. Unemployment would go back close to double digits. The stock market would lose, $15 trillion worth of value, almost a third of its value. It would be, I think the word, and I used it, is cataclysmic.
You paint sort of a doomsday scenario, but you also say so far this isn't impacting.
You see how she smiles when they say that, oh, you paint a doomsday scenario. It's fucking funny to them because they're rich. They're always going to be rich. They have the greatest financial advisors. They have a fucking network behind them that's a part of this big game. They have tools. They have all kind of shit that we couldn't fathom having as a common man, woman, whatever the fuck you want to call yourself. We couldn't fathom having. They laugh at shit like this. So the father of 3, as a homeowner, I have to be super fucking stressed out about this. I have to be the one who's going to fucking go out there and get it to extreme measures. I'm going to have to go fucking make it happen in ways I never wanted to go back to. But I'm going to be that guy. I got to go make it happen. You guys don't understand what's about to fucking happen, dude. This is not a fucking joke. Serious. I've warned you guys over and over and over and over. No one gives a fuck about a debt ceiling. This is America, the land of fuckery. The land of fuck nuts. The land of people who want to get high and fuck all day. This is America. No one gives a fuck about a debt ceiling. The millennials, we're used to debt ceilings. We're used to it. Our whole lives, it's been a debt ceiling. We're used to this incredible tab of debt that we have in America. We're used to it. Now we're going to be used to being owned and controlled by China and the digital yuan. They make no mistake that they want to be the world's currency, reserve currency. There's no bones about it. The U.S. is lagging behind on purpose. It's so fucking easy to see. Since 1971, they lift the goddamn debt ceiling up by billions upon billions upon billions, now trillions of dollars. And all of a sudden, we're not going to do it. all of a fucking sudden they're not going to do it. They're crashing this thing on purpose. What are you doing to prepare? This is easy to fucking see. That's what makes it scary. They're not even hiding it anymore. You just got to catch it. Just got to catch it. They don't hide it. You just have to catch it. This hits the news stations. They're not going to repeat it for you. But you got to catch it. You got to keep your eye on the goddamn prize. Let me finish this shit.
The stock market. So are we just overblowing this, or why isn't the stock market reacting?
Well, they've seen this movie before, right? We've been down this path a number of times. Feels like, every few years we're up against the wall here. And, when it's all said and done, when the script is finally finished, the lawmakers get it together, pass a piece of legislation, and increase the debt limit. So the stock market is now, and investors are now inured to this process. They think that, this is going to all work out well in the end. It's not going to feel good between now and when this happens, but we'll get it done. But, that may be in itself, ironically, a problem, because unless investors begin to react and respond and it shows up in stock prices and interest rates, that might, lawmakers might take that as a signal that this is no big deal, no problem, we can actually default. But that would be the wrong signal.
But you say even a close call would cost the economy and taxpayers, that could be bad. How so?
Yeah, I believe it would be. Even, taking it down to the wire here, it depends to some degree on how it's done. I mean, if in fact the Democrats and Republicans come together somehow, pass a piece of legislation, at least the Republicans don't filibuster the process, that they, not that they have to vote for it, but they just don't obstruct Democrats from voting for it. Then I think no harm, no foul will be okay. It's not great, but, we'll move forward. But, if the Democrats have to go it alone and, use the budget reconciliation process, a very complicated process to get this done, then I think for going forward, each party that's in power is going to be on their own here. They're not going to be able to get help from the other party. That means there's going to be more brinkmanship, more uncertainty, and I think, it's going to cost us. It's going to cost us in the form of higher interest rates on all our government debt, and that's cost to taxpayers and cost to everyone who's getting a mortgage or a car loan or a business that is getting a loan to finance their operations.
Hi, it's Harry. That's right, your favorite CNN data guy. I hope.
This is where we're at. JP Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon says America's largest bank is once again preparing for a potential U.S. default, even though he expects Congress to avoid the potential catastrophic event by lifting the debt ceiling. In an interview with Reuters on Tuesday, Dimon said JP Morgan has begun scenario planning on how a possible debt or default would affect financial markets, capital ratios, client contracts, and America's credit rating. That's something Dimon has indicated the bank did during previous close calls with the debt ceiling. He is quoted by saying, "Every single time this comes up, it gets fixed. But we should never get this close. I just think this whole thing is mistaken, and one day we should just have a bipartisan bill that gets rid of the debt ceiling altogether." That's what he says. That's what he says. Do you see the change? If you YouTube that video that I just played, the whole interview, he actually says it. But on CNN, they cut it off. This is what I'm saying. This goddamn agenda, it's so fucking obvious. It's extremely obvious. Stevie Wonder sees this shit. Prepare yourselves to the best of your abilities, the best of your knowledge. Prepare yourselves. Get your money out of the bank. I know I sound fucking crazy, but in that fucking bank, it's not your money. It's not your money. That sounds crazy, and I don't do that just normally. But in that bank, if banks start defaulting on their loans, they're going to pull from your goddamn accounts. Your money is their money in that bank. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this shit is about to be biblical, dude. And no one in America seems to give a fuck. Really, the majority seems not to give a fuck. Seems like something that they've been over before and over again and over again. It's just something that happens. Just something that fucking happens. Free Britney, right? Free Britney, yeah. Free Britney. I've been hedging my money. That's for sure. It's not your keys. It's not your crypto. Oh, I've been buying all kind of shit, hedging my shit. I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. I'm going to get it. With this fourth industrial revolution, this is the greatest transfer of fucking wealth. And no one sees it. And I mean no one as the majority. There's 1% of people that see it, and they're fucking getting in there. They're investing. They're putting their money where it should be put. But 99% of the human race, not just America, but the human race, they don't see it. You know what? I take that back. China's seen it. China's seen it so big, so proud, so blunt that their government had to ban cryptocurrencies. Yes, they did. Had to ban it. China's citizens seen it. American citizens, they don't want to believe it. Oh, that had never happened. Oh, government would never do that. The government doesn't give a fuck about you. They're about to feed you goddamn 3D printed steaks. Paper fucking steaks. They don't give a fuck about you. The government can give two shits about me or you. We don't make fucking rules. We don't make policy. We don't have we're not in a goddamn club. We're not in the goddamn government's club. Prepare yourselves. Fuck stocking up on food and goddamn toilet paper and all that goddamn bullshit. Fuck that shit. Buy you something that's going to be worth something after all this is said and done. Take a guess, and buy it. Put your money in something. That money sitting in that bank, it's been useless for about a year now. I remember I talked to my guy Duanis, and me and him talked, and we came to the conclusion, I did at least, for a little bit there. Money in the bank is useless to me. Savings? What? I'm putting everything on XYZ. I don't give a fuck. I'm stupid like that. I see the greatest transfer of wealth happening in front of me, and I need a goddamn piece of it. I don't give a fuck if the Illuminati's running the joint, New World Order, white hats, black hats. I don't give a fuck. I want my piece of the pie. I want to taste this goddamn American dream. I want to have one of those goddamn documentaries about me made 20 years from now. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. I want some fucking mulatto playing me on the big screen. I don't care. Don't care. It's all about the money. Fuck the bullshit. Fuck friendships. Fuck family relationships. Fuck all that. If you warned them and they didn't listen, fuck them. Fuck them. It's simple. And I know my family ain't gonna like it, but fuck that. Fuck them. It's simple. This shit's happening. No one's gonna fucking stop it. And if you ain't fucking ready for it, if you ain't prepared for it, fuck it. Fuck it. When motherfuckers are sitting there counting them goddamn M's up, you're gonna be left in the dust. You're gonna be left in the fucking dust. It is what it is. Like I said, no one cares about that Illuminati shit. No one cares about the Great Reset. No one cares about the debt ceiling. Everyone just wants to fucking do drugs and fuck. And on that note, you guys have a good night. I don't give a fuck about your subscription. Fuck you. Peace out.